someone was asking me, what do you think about Canada? And I said, I love Canada. Okay. God knows, I've always loved Canada.
Okay.
But Canada loves me more.
Wow.
This is with gratitude. Really with gratitude. Canada loves me more.
Oh.
So she told me, you could apply for express entry. Did you know that every year I was in the express entry pool to come to Canada?
Okay.
For 5 years. I was waiting for 5 years. And 2019, Nova Scotia invited me. Oh. That was when I was like, we're going to Canada.
Also, is that how you came?
No. It's worth it. So, I have to say, by the time you go through the stress and all the, am I going to come in? Are they going to give me a license? It's taking long. Somebody has gotten married from when I started this and all that.
I want to imagine.
I know. But by the time you come in, you are going to get a job. I give you my word. As long as you're a nurse, you are going to get a job.
Hello, welcome to Judith's Corner. So, this is a space where we talk about what it really means to thrive in Canada beyond just arriving. And I told you guys that I'm going to be bringing in guests. So today we have a special guest, and that's very exciting. I think this is our second guest on this platform. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, first of all, thanks for having me here. My name is Rosaline, and I am a registered nurse here in Canada. We'll talk more about that later. Do you want me to add something else?
No, I think that's okay for now.
Okay.
Maybe people might want to know, like, originally, where are you from?
Okay, so I'm originally from Nigeria.
Okay, thank you. Good to know. She's going to tell her story, or should I say we are just going to converse, because as always on Judith's Corner, the goal is to share real life stories so that you guys can learn from people's experience who are already here in Canada, who walked the journey, and just to catch up and know how they managed to do everything. Mm-hmm. So, because I know that immigration, it's not for the faint-hearted. I always say it. So, I think the first thing that I would want to know, or that people usually want to know, is immigration. Did it just come to you later on in life? Is it something that you always wanted to do?
Yeah, you mean coming to Canada?
Okay,
or just
immigration.
Immigration.
We are going to come to that part because I know you immigrated twice.
Yes, that's why I was asking to Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know, because already immigrating twice, it means you are an immigration girl.
Yeah.
So I want to know, was this your childhood dream? What pushed you to immigrate, leave everything that you know and just move to a different country?
It's interesting to think about it, because I actually read a book of this girl that was very diligent, hardworking. I think I was in grade 7, and she was very hardworking. She gained scholarship, she went abroad, and she did lots of things, coming from a very humble background. Wow. So back home in Nigeria, I just knew that somehow I was going to get scholarship. I was just going to go abroad, and that's it.
Wow.
And I'm actually living that dream. My bachelor's and master's were all based on scholarship. Yeah.
Wow. You see, I'm just discovering that. I'm just discovering that. So, when you got to an age where you now had to go to university, you started looking for opportunities.
It's an interesting story. So, I had graduated from Nigeria, my nursing school, started working, and then I proposed, that's my husband, he was going to Finland.
Okay.
Actually, we met 2 weeks before he was moving to Finland. So he said, hi, I'd like to know you. All our conversation, dating was just done online when he left. And at some point he was like, you know what? I think he was 3 months in Finland, and he was like, you know what? If we're gonna get married or get to know ourselves well, maybe you should think of moving to Canada, not Canada. You should think of moving to Finland. And I'm like, why not? So yeah, that's how it just happened for me. Yeah.
Okay, let's trade back a
We're going
bit.
back now, yeah.
Okay, so he said you have to move to Finland. I want to know, the journey like. So how did you move? Was it on student visa? Did you have to apply? How was the process?
That's where the
Was it
twist comes
easy?
in.
Because I mean, the way you are
Yeah.
saying it is almost like you said, okay, hey, you need to come
And
over.
then I went, no. That's where my twist comes in. So back then, that was 10 years ago, you couldn't get admission outside Finland. So I had to go to Germany. Yes, so I went to Germany. I lived in Germany for 1 year, learned the language. And while I was there, I went to Finland using the Schengen visa. I went to Finland, did the examination, and then I got the scholarship, the bachelor's. That was how I moved. So I didn't move because we're getting married or we had that connection. I moved based on study visa, but it has to be from Europe. Yeah.
Wow. That's an interesting journey. So when someone is saying it,
Yeah.
it sounds easy, but I know that it's not that easy. And I mean, I know that you said you read a book.
Yeah.
And can we say that's where the push was coming from? I mean, leaving Nigeria, going to Germany, living there for 1 year, and then now you are pursuing Finland.
Yeah.
Where was the push coming from? Was it only because you wanted better for yourself? Or maybe there was also a pull factor because your husband was already in Finland?
I didn't know that I was going to have my husband. Now, I'm a nurse in Nigeria. So I would meet in the hospitals. I would meet people from Canada, from the US, wanting to get married to nurses.
Oh.
But I didn't say yes to them.
Yeah.
I was like, no, why would you want to marry me because I'm a nurse? So I was like, there's something about this that doesn't smell good. So
Already
it's
a wrong
not,
reason.
it's not about going abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about why are you going. Now, for my story, I just felt that there was something unique about this guy. There was something nice about, there was this peace.
Okay.
Yeah, so when he said, oh yeah, we'll go to Finland, I had to like go to the map. I'm like, where is Finland in this world? Because that was the first time I was hearing that country. Yeah, so I just believe that God had your desires, your urges, those are
and
previews of life coming attractions. I would always think of sometimes even speaking a foreign language that I was imagining in my head, fantasizing and all that.
wow.
Yeah.
The power of imagination.
That's right. So I didn't really have people like going out, like very close people. I had my uncle, but we were not close. We don't have any memory. But I just knew that somehow I wasn't meant for only Nigeria, that I was going to travel. But I really did not put, okay, I'm going to go to the UK or Canada or Finland. Yeah.
Wow. It's exciting to know that, to see someone who has, pursued, such a journey, moving from Nigeria, Germany, Finland.
Yeah.
Now let's go to Finland.
Okay.
So you went to Finland and you got a scholarship.
That's right.
So it means you were studying on scholarship.
Yes.
Okay, we want to quickly move to Canada because I know that most of the people here are interested in Canada.
Yeah.
So how was life in general? Like in Finland, how did you find it?
I lived it for context. I lived in Finland for 10 years. I had, yes.
A long time.
Yeah, that was when I had to bear in mind, I had done nursing in Nigeria before going to Finland, but I wanted to understand the landscape, and they speak Finnish. So for me to be able to practice, I needed to speak their language. So I opted, when they gave me the scholarship, I opted to study for 2 years so I could learn the language at the same time. So yeah, I graduated and took some not so good jobs, right?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't speaking the language. And then I had kids. During my maternity leave, I was just self-teaching myself the language.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of a surreal moment to think about the determination to teach yourself a foreign
and
language.
that's why I'm
like I had to like
wow, you are so determined.
Yeah.
And I mean, whatever was pushing you or
Yeah.
whatever was calling you, the goals that you had,
yeah.
they were so powerful because I mean, I can't, of course, we lived also in a country, but that was Africa. It was an African country. Like, we had to learn the language and all. But I can't imagine myself doing it twice.
Yeah.
Because you said you went to Germany.
That's right.
And then you learn the language. And then you went to Finland. You had again to learn.
Yeah.
Like, you were so determined. And I mean, I love that for you.
Thank you. So yeah, I did the bachelor's, graduated, took not so good job because
So, sorry to cut you. So, this
Go ahead.
bachelor's was bachelor's in nursing.
in nursing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So everything I'll be talking about revolves around. I've not done any other profession apart from nursing.
Okay.
Yes, I did do some certifications in project management and all that, but everything around me until now has been nursing. Yeah, but yeah, I did take some job roles that in my mind, you know, what I ordered versus what I got. When I was coming abroad, I just felt that nursing was going to be very clinical because in Nigeria, when you are a nurse, you're really doing the clinical, not like going to feed patients or helping to shower and all that. No, you were using your brain, kind of. So when I got there, I had to like, even with my license, I had to do some of the things. I'm like, why am I doing this as a nurse? So I really actually did not, or the job environment did not meet my expectations.
Nice.
But I was like, you know what? Instead of just waiting, why not just go for your master's, right?
Okay.
So I applied for the master's because by then I was already into teaching others, sharing information. So I thought, okay, I don't like this aspect of nursing, the bedside nursing. I actually went through different roles. So I would do home care nursing. I would go to the long-term care. I had my own business. I started my business working for myself, like so many things. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into lecturing. So that was the reason I did my master's, and then I did a certification on teacher's education. But God had his plan.
Okay.
That was when my husband was like, I know you don't like Finland so much and you are really enduring.
Yeah.
Why not just look outside? So I was like, okay, what country do I want to go to? The UK, I don't know. So
I've never.
it wasn't on my list.
I've never liked the UK.
Yeah,
too.
neither did I. I'm like, if any other place, no, I'd rather stay in Finland.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was off my list. Australia, too far. The US, okay. So, but I had my best friend. So we had gone to nursing school in Nigeria.
Okay.
And we had been in contact. So she told me she actually moved to the UK. And then from the UK, she moved to Canada because her sisters were there and she was single. So it was very easy for her to get her permanent residence. So she told me, you know, you could apply for express entry. Did you know that every year I was in the express entry pool to come to Canada
Okay.
for 5 years. I was waiting for 5 years. And 2019, Nova Scotia invited me. That was when I was like, we're going to Canada.
Also, is that how you came?
No. No.
Okay, is that how?
No. Guess what? After they invited me, I gave all the documents they required. They told me, you know what? You still have 6 more months because you don't meet it 3 years.
Oh, the 3-year work experience. But you've
But
been
I met,
working there.
yes, in my mind and with facts, with documents,
Yeah.
I did not know how they calculated it. And you know, when they give you intention to apply thing,
Yeah.
if you don't meet, you don't go and reapply. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to wait for them
Yeah.
to come to you.
Yeah.
So that was it. I was so heartbroken because
I can
coincidentally we had gone to Nigeria to visit, and I had told my husband's family,
Everywhere.
we're going to Canada. You can't talk to me anyhow. We're going to
Oh God.
Yeah, we had told our church people in Finland we were moving to Canada. It was just so crazy
I can
and embarrassing.
imagine the
Yeah. So
heartbreak.
it was real heartbreak because for 1 year I did not look at anything related to Canada. Like no YouTube channel, nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm like, I'm not
You
going to
wanted a
Canada.
break.
No, like I did not want to go to Canada anymore.
Oh
No.
Oh.
So that was when I reluctantly said, okay, since Canadians are not giving me what I want, I'm just going to go to the US. So that was when I started my licensing process to go to the US.
Okay.
And so 2023, I got the invitation to apply. If you're a nurse, you know the NCLEX.
Okay.
So I did my NCLEX and I passed for the first time, which is a big deal. And on my YouTube channel, I talk about it. And
So you did your NCLEX when you were in Finland,
I was
when
still
you
in
were now
Finland.
focusing on the US.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I still have my Texas nursing license to practice. I actually got a job at Georgia. I still have a valid job, but here I am in Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now we want to know
Yeah.
how then did you refocus from the US to Canada? You know, it reminds me of even ourselves before coming to Canada. I think that was in 2011, I think. My husband, he was going to go to the US on scholarship.
Okay.
And I never really liked the US myself. And anyway, for me, my story is different because I never thought of immigration anyway.
Okay.
Like people who follow this channel, you know that immigration came much later in life. It's different from you who started when you were a young girl and you wanted to go. Like for me, because my country, Zimbabwe, back then, things were a bit better than how they are right now. So at that time, like I didn't see any reason to want to immigrate, or should I say maybe I was just not dreaming big.
Yeah. No, maybe it was just not part of your plan. I mean, not everyone needs to go out.
I liked family. I value community. So I wanted to stay around my people.
Yes.
So I mean, anyway, let's go back to you.
Okay.
So how did you refocus from the US? Now Canada came back. Did it come to you, or you had to start again searching for ways to come?
Okay. So I was this close, like this close.
Yeah, because you got a
going
job already.
I got a job. I was this close to going to the US. So we were at the last stage, the stage they would call us for visa interview.
Okay.
And then Trump came in.
Oh.
And when Trump comes in, at least I had a friend in Nigeria. When she passed her NCLEX, she got a job offer and all that. As soon as she got her offer, Trump won election. So she waited in Nigeria until he left office.
Oh.
Yeah. And I knew if he's coming, everything is going to be on standstill.
Yeah.
So Trump came in and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be here for 4 years.
Yeah.
I won't.
Yeah.
And my friend that was patiently waiting for me, she's like, now it's time for you to come to Alberta. So she lives in Alberta.
Okay.
And she would always go to visit Canada because her sister is there. She was living in the UK, but now she's moved finally with her family to Canada.
Oh,
so she would go and visit her sister, and then her sister would like, tell your friend, let her apply. So there's this province in Alberta. Then they were giving licenses to nurses.
Okay.
And she was like, Rosalie, you need to apply. I said, no, I'm not applying. She was like, you have to apply. What are you
still
going to
nursing your heartbreak.
I was still heartbroken. I'm like, no, I'm not applying.
Okay.
And then she was like, so what are you going to lose?
Yeah.
I'm like, my dignity.
Oh.
But I stubbornly applied though.
Okay.
And I got it. It was, now, if you're trying to move to Canada, one of the easiest provinces to get license is Alberta. They are just so welcoming.
Okay.
Yes. So Nova Scotia, Alberta. I did not know that. Now we live in Ontario.
Yeah.
Ontario is one of the hardest places to get a nursing license. But I got my
I didn't
license
know
in
that.
4 months. From when I started to when I got the license was 4 months.
Okay, so your license, you got it in Ontario,
Yes.
or not Alberta anymore?
So I got the license in Alberta.
Okay.
But when we realized that, you know what, Trump is going to keep us in Finland and we don't want to stay in Finland, my husband decided to apply for masters. Anyway, we knew that this is something he was going to do, that at least the minimum educational level we were going to have would be masters. And I had done my masters in Finland. So we knew that just someday my husband was going to do his masters. So he just started applying. And that was how we got Lakehead. We would have gone to Alberta if we got a school, because we tried 2 schools. We got the Bowman and then we got Lakehead. So my husband, because he chose Lakehead, that's how. Well, they gave him admission in April. And I was like, if they're giving you admission, then I have to start the licensing process. Now, I have to say that it was so easy for me to get my license. If coming to Canada, getting your license and all that takes at least a year.
Yeah. And it's only a year now, from the research that I've done. Otherwise,
at least.
At least. Okay, you know what? So let's zero in on that, because I know that someone could be watching. They are a nurse outside Africa. I want you to simplify it the best way you can. Like, what do they need to do? Because it seems like you started already. You got your license before coming in?
No.
Before coming into Canada?
No.
Okay, so how does that work?
Okay.
School me and school others also.
I have a dedicated video on that I said step to step on how to get the license, but I'm going to summarize it.
Okay, so so guys, just so you know, so Rosalind, she actually has 2 YouTube channels. We are going to talk about them, like what does she do there, and I'm going to put a link in the description or in the comment section so that you can follow her and get to know more. So if you are a nurse out there, Nurse Rosalind is here, and you can follow her journey and get to know, like, how did she come, because she's saying she has a channel that is just dedicated for that. But while we are here,
I'm gonna say like a summary.
Summary.
One thing that you need to know when you're coming to Canada is that there are legal ways you can go around these things. And this is one of the things I do in my consultation. But because of you, I'm going to just say it. Yeah, I actually have the consultation where people, like, I walk them step to step. Because for me, it's one of the things that I wish someone was offering when I was in Finland. That would have really saved me years of waiting and heartbreak. Because by the time I got my license at Alberta, I wasn't able to get a job. So getting the license is one, but
getting the job is something else.
It's not even the job. They need you to have work permits. And you cannot have the work permit
without
if you're outside.
That's...
it's just...
It's like
a round and round thing. Chicken and egg kind of game.
Yeah.
You go tell this person to give you, but this person requires. So what I did is, first of all, I did not go through the Canadian NNAS, that's the Nursing Council evaluation. I didn't go through that because I went through the list and it was so long. And I wanted to use 2 stones to kill 2 birds, right? Or 1 stone to kill 2 birds. Yes. So I was like, you know what? I could work in the US remotely while living in Canada. It's like having the best
is
of
that
both
possible?
worlds.
I
It's
thought
very
nursing,
possible.
it's hands-on.
No.
I don't.
No,
Also,
oh yeah, like nursing is so advanced that
maybe
you can
mental health nursing.
yeah, there is clinical review, there is legal nurse, there is even, you know how you call on the phone?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
that
then,
kind of
okay,
evaluation.
so that's what you were going to do.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Like there are so many opportunities.
Okay.
I'm trying to, or this is my plan to pivot into management, so project management and all that. So
I see.
except you're doing direct patient care, like bedside nursing.
Yeah.
You know, my program, I'm not doing direct patient care.
Yeah, I know
So
you
those
are.
things can be done even outside the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my plan was, you know what, I'm going to get the best of both worlds.
Okay.
So using the Texas license, one thing you should know is that Canadians, they value the US license.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So when you are reading, like when I research and anyway, now that you are here, you tell us more, because I always thought people say, oh, when you train in the US, you can't practice here.
You can. You just need
Is it easy? No?
It's easy. You just need to apply for license. So also in the US, I have my license to practice in Texas.
Okay.
But if I choose to go to Georgia where I got my job, I need to apply for the license. So it's the same as Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even in Alberta, I got my license in Alberta, but I cannot use it all over Canada, right? Okay. I had to apply to come to Ontario, the CNO, that's the College of Nurses of Ontario. So every province you go to, you need to apply for that license to practice there.
Okay. I don't think if someone who's a nurse, maybe they may be knowing better than me. But when you are applying like in another province, so you are not doing the exam again. Do you do some sort of, you are just following the procedure to get, it's almost like a driver's license?
It's more like, yes, in some sense, it's like a driver's license.
That you have it, but you just want to get it in this other province.
That's right. Okay. That's right. But that is if you've already done your NCLEX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you've done, like I did my NCLEX in the US, right? Okay. For a state in the US, Texas, and I will never do NCLEX anymore. It's once and for all.
So did you do it online?
No, I went to the UK to do it.
So you were in Finland?
I was in Finland.
And then you went to
on the 9th of August, 2023, I remember, I went to the UK to do it. Okay. Yeah. And then the next day, Texas Board of Nursing told me, congratulations, you passed. Wow. Then they gave me my license. So once you have your NCLEX, you are good to go. You can use it in Australia. You can use it in the US. You can use that same NCLEX in Canada. 3-in-1.
So would you advise someone to do the NCLEX for the US or Canada? Which one is the... which one is easier, or it just depends on which one you decide to pursue? Yeah. Like, I mean, in terms of, because there are barriers to entry. So someone could be watching and they're like, okay, so should I try the US? Because the way you are speaking, it's as if the US was...
It is
easier for you.
It is. It is easier. Okay. Yeah. So in the US, they are like, you want this? Have you paid? Here you go.
Oh.
That's how I feel with my process.
So where do they go? Like online? Are there links that we can share? They should come to your channel.
I have an ebook. I have written an ebook. Like, you know, the things I did not know. So after going through the process by myself, I decided to write an ebook step on step on how to get licensed in the US.
So what do we do? Are we going to put a link of that book,
put a link,
or should we direct them to your channel?
If you come to my channel, the nursing channel, they'll see the link.
Oh,
so in the description, in the pinned comment, in the channel about, there is resources there. And once they tap on it, they always, they will just see that. But yes, what I think is, or what I believe with my personal experience, and of course with the experiences of other people. This, my friend that was telling me to go to Alberta, get licensed. Did you know that she is a Canadian citizen,
Okay.
but she doesn't have license? She almost left the profession because
Okay,
it
so
was so difficult to get a license in Canada. That was
she
about.
trained here.
She was trained in Nigeria just like me. We were in the same class.
Okay, but she came to Canada through express
PR.
entry.
Yes.
Okay. And now she's finding it difficult
She
to.
stayed in the country, and back then, like 3 to 5 years ago, it was so difficult
it
for
was.
them
It's
to.
only this
Yes,
year
it was so
or
difficult.
less last year that-
For them to really accept your foreign license,
Yeah.
and that is why if there is any time to come to Canada as
It's
a
now.
nurse, it is now. They now see
Yeah.
the need for foreign educated nurses to come in. So if this. Don't sleep on it, even in the US.
Okay.
You don't need to go to the US, but your license would never be a waste.
Okay.
I was speaking with my sister, and I told her, if you want to come to Canada, use my route. Go through the US, get your license, and then when you go to CNO, they will tell you, where have you practiced?
Okay.
Now I'm telling you what I did, right?
Yeah.
So after I got my license in the US, and I knew that I was going to come to Ontario because of my husband's study.
Yeah.
I went online, and you follow the prompt. It's so easy. They will ask you, where have you practiced? Have you written NCLEX? If you've not written NCLEX, then you have a different route. They will give you a date, or they will tell you, okay, send this document to your school. Let them verify that you have been practicing, for instance, in Nigeria.
Okay.
So the Nursing Council in Zimbabwe or in Nigeria will send your verification of license directly to CNO. That's or to any of the provinces, Nova Scotia, Alberta, and all that.
Yeah.
You as a candidate will not send it to them. So they will give you a form, you pay for it, and then they send it to your school, and then the school sends it to them. Then the next thing, for me, I didn't do that. I just told them, I have written my NCLEX. These are the places that I have active license. So they will ask you, where do you have license to practice? Okay. So I mentioned Nigeria, I mentioned Finland, I mentioned Alberta, I mentioned Texas. And guess what? All these 4 licensing bodies had to send documents to CNO. Wow. So please, if you do not want to do all the rigorous process, just mention only one. For me, I had to pay.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I had to pay Nigeria to send license to CNO. I had to pay
because they
Finland.
want to verify that you are saying you have a license.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But it was so easy because Texas, they had this online platform, and you don't have to pay. In Finland, I had to pay. In Nigeria, I had to pay for the licensing body to send to Canada. Okay. But Texas, it was free. Alberta, it was free, and it was online. So the good thing is that at least 2 were free, and it actually did not take time. So the process is, once they get those things, they will now tell you, it's time for you to do the jurisprudence exam. The jurisprudence exam is more like understanding the law, because nursing is a highly regulated profession. And you need to work by the policies, the regulations, and you're answerable to a body, which is the licensing body. Okay. The good thing is that it is totally free. So they give you a platform, and they tell you that since they've received all your documents, do the exam. So I practiced, I read the resources, and then I did the exam. Very easy, really. So easy, because I did in Texas, and I had to pay, I had to look for resources, but CNO gives you everything and then tells you, test yourself. So easy. Then,
so this exam, I know that people who are watching maybe would know, but someone outside might not know. So this exam, you only do it once, the jurisprudence exam.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You do it only once, and every province you go to, they have their own jurisprudence. Okay. Yeah. It's like the law of the nursing, but yes, you need to work according to the law.
It's a difficult process.
I know. You need to work according to the law. So I passed that. And then the next step was show us that you have work permits. And they didn't give me my license until...
Well, but work permit, you need to have a job, right?
That's right. Okay. So that is where I say there are ways you can go around it. for if you're a nurse, you are single, please go and do your IELTS, the general. Get into the express entry pool. Don't say,
because now they are doing draws
They are
that
drawing
are specifically for nurses.
Yes, for healthcare. So get into the pool. Don't put your eggs in one basket because by the time you come in with permanent resident, they're like, this is what we need. They're going to give you the license. For me, I had with my Finnish citizenship, I have 6 months to move from Finland to work in Canada on valid work permit, but I actually did not use that. That's because my husband got admission. So I was going to have 2 years open work permits. Yes. So what I did was when I came at the border was when they gave me my work permits. So I didn't apply for a visa. I just came in through the Finnish passport. They gave me my work permit for 2 years. I uploaded it on the CNO and they gave me my license.
So now that's how that work permit is what you use now to
that's right.
find a job.
Yeah.
Girl, guys.
But there are really legal ways for you to get in.
That's why I say immigration is not easy.
Oh, it takes,
so
especially Canada.
Canada is complicated.
It is complicated.
Right?
You cannot come to Canada if you don't do your due diligence.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of years of planning.
That's the thing. So you don't need to rush. You need to know what is required and stay also updated because they are changing policies every day.
Yes.
So
That's right.
I mean, you go to sleep and you wake up, it's a different
That's
story.
something else.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you have it, guys. I mean, if you are a nurse out there, I know that like many Zimbabweans right now, I know that people are going to Zambia to train for nursing. So there you have it. If you want to know more, you can follow her on a channel so that you get to learn deeper about how you can come to Canada, what is required and all. I think we've done due diligence when it comes to nursing and all. So now let's move forward because I still have some questions that I want us to discuss and focus on. So now you are here in Canada after all that back and forth, Alberta, Texas, and all. Girl, you are determined. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
So now you are here, your husband is studying. And how long have you been here?
6.5 months.
Is it 6?
Yeah.
I feel like I've known you for more than 1 year. No, it's
We came on the 4th of August.
Wow.
Yes.
It feels like more than
I have been all over the place.
Yeah, so I mean, you said Finland. I know that when we talked a bit, you were telling me how Finland was not just for
wasn't my thing.
So now that you are here, you went through all that process of converting, getting your license, and how was the job search? Now you have your license. Was it easy to get a job? Are you now practicing as a nurse?
Yes.
How is that for you? How did it go? We want to know.
It's worth it. So I have to say, by the time you go through the stress and all the, am I going to come in? Are they going to give me a license? It's taking long. Somebody has gotten married from when I started this and all that.
I want to imagine.
I know. But by the time you come in, you are going to get a job. I give you my word. As long as you're a nurse, you are going to get a job.
That's the thing.
Yeah. For me, I've been practicing for over 12 years.
Okay.
I look very young. Because I am young.
Because you are young.
Because I am young. But straight from high school, I've been doing nursing. So I feel like I know this. That's what I've known all my life.
Okay.
At some point with Finland's experience, I just told myself I am done with bedside nursing. And I was very intentional about not going to bedside.
Okay.
So when I passed my NCLEX, I started tutoring others on my YouTube channel. So I would go even when we came newly, to Canada, in the month of September, October, I was doing tutoring on how to pass the NCLEX for free.
Oh,
Yeah, I
on
still
your
have
YouTube
the
channel?
on my YouTube channel.
Okay, we are going to
Yeah.
get those links, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to get
So,
the links and
you know what I
share.
did? This is the secret.
Okay.
When you come in, you have the potential. You have what they need in Canada. But you have to tell them, present yourself like they need you.
That's what I was saying the other day, that
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
you have to do, but then
That's it.
you need to tell the other
Yeah.
person that I can
That's
do
right.
it.
That's right. So I saw, by God's grace, I got a mentor, and she was one of the people that used to, like a nurse manager, so she would interview people. So
Okay,
she sat me
this
down.
is here in Canada.
Here in Canada, she's in
Okay.
Toronto.
Okay.
So she's a nurse practitioner actually. So she sat me down. She said, when they are asking for this and all that, I actually have a video on that, on how I got my jobs and all
Guys, after
But-
this, hey, just go and subscribe so that you learn more, you follow her,
Yeah.
because I don't know about nursing. So
that. But I
That's
have
why
to
I
applaud you
brought
for what
her.
you're doing for them, really.
yeah.
So
Okay.
she told me about it. She said, answer it this way, answer it that way.
Okay.
And then you cannot use your country's CV for Canada.
Oh,
Canadians, they have their own cover letter, their CV and all that.
yeah.
So the trick, I use ChatGPT, right?
Of
I told
course.
ChatGPT, these are all the places I've worked. This is my education. This is what I've done from this year to this year. These were the responsibilities and the roles and all that. Now, make my CV
Okay. And
to meet the Canadian
translate-
standard.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's what it did.
Yeah.
So it made my CV, and then I looked through it. I'm like, okay, this is it. Then I started applying.
Okay.
So from when even before I got my license, I was already going through sites. I was like, you know what? I'm going to apply to this. I'm going to apply to that.
Yeah.
So by the time I got my license, it was just for me to add my licensing number.
Okay.
And I started. I got the first job I got, or the first place that they called me, was at the Thunder Bay Regional Hospital.
Wow.
Yes, the neurosurgical center. And because I've been teaching NCLEX and all that, the interview was just so easy. And
Yeah.
the nurse manager was my cheerleader. She was like, girl, you're so good and all that.
Wow.
It's God's favor. But, you know, when you know what you're doing, by the time you write your NCLEX and come here, you already know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So they gave me, I applied for a casual role, and they're
Yeah.
like, we're going to give you a permanent resident.
Wow.
The permanent
permanent
job.
job. Full
Yeah.
time.
But I didn't take the role because I had my checklist. I wanted a job that would apply for permanent residence for me.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I
because
didn't call me
that's
permanent
important.
resident.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't call me permanent residence, and I do not want to waste time.
Exactly.
So I asked them, and I told them, I want to take this role, but if you're not going to apply for permanent residence for me, I'm not going to take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's important.
You have to take care of yourself, because after 2 years, you don't want to be going back and forth with employers, because you need your work permits.
Yeah.
Employers need, like, it's something you don't want to go through.
Yeah.
Yes. So the other role I applied to is the role I'm in now, leading the sickle cell program.
Okay.
They needed project management and all that. And that is why when you're waiting, don't be idle.
Exactly.
Like, do things.
I mean, who would think that as
Yeah.
a nurse you would want to do project management?
Yeah.
And I think some of these things, when we do, when you learn something or when we go through some things, even your Finland experience, sometimes it's God preparing you for what is to come.
That's right.
I always say it even for us.
Yeah.
When we were in the Congo, there were times when I would question God and I'm like, what are we even doing here? You can't wait to leave. But the fact that we stayed there for a long time, the boys, my kids, they speak French. And has that been an added advantage when we came here? So at that particular time, you are like, why am I even doing this?
Here?
Why am I learning this? But like she said, just learn something.
Do something.
And do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you never know when it's going to be useful for you.
Yeah. So those times I was waiting grumpily.
You were doing your project management.
Did my master's.
Oh,
I did my master's,
you
and then
see?
after, I've always had too much energy. I can't do one thing at a time. So after I finished my master's, I'm like, life is boring. What do I do? Project management.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I got the certifications. I'm almost close to doing the PMP.
The PMP.
Yeah.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah. I'm almost like this. I'm like, you know what?
Wow.
I need to get a job, settle, and then I'll go for my PMP. Because as a nurse, when it comes to healthcare project manager, that's where the money is.
Oh.
I did my research, and I'm like, you know what?
I thought the money is with nurse practitioners.
Well,
No?
it is there if you're doing direct patient care, but I don't want to do direct
Oh,
patient
okay,
care.
I see.
I want to go into education where I
Okay.
lecture,
Yeah.
or I go into management.
Okay.
And my specialty when I did my master's is in nurse leadership, nurse management, because I was intentional about not doing direct patient care. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Nurse practitioners, they earn good money, but there is even a better one.
Oh.
That's you're not so, at least for me, this is me.
Yeah.
My elder sister, she's also a nurse. If you ask her, she will go for nurse practitioner. She loves direct patient
Yeah,
care.
so it depends on
On your
you
personality and what you love and what
Okay.
brings the vigor and life out of you in your
Yeah.
profession.
Yeah.
I know I love sharing information. I love human resource. I love, bringing people together and connecting. Yeah. And encouraging people. And direct patient care is just going to limit me in that sense.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how I got my role. And I got two job offers within one month of applying, and
Wow.
I got to choose.
So
Yeah.
on your channel, do you also do videos? You said you have tutorials on preparing, like
Yes.
for interviews and all that.
Yes. So I've actually uploaded the video on how I got my job.
Okay.
And then for a follow-up, that video is going to be live next Monday. I don't know when this one
Okay.
will go up, but
Yeah.
the video about nursing interview for Canada.
Oh,
So this
okay.
is not like for US and all
Yeah,
that.
for
If you're coming to Canada,
Yeah.
that video is like everything you need to know. From my experience. I also have a cover letter, like a template for them to just like remove my details, put their details, because that's the exact template that I used. Because these are some of the things that I wish someone had like given to me and say, okay, pay me $10. I'm going to just pay and just get it. So learning everything from scratch, I'm like, you know what? If people are willing to join in the channel, I'm just going to like
Provide.
Yes.
Well, there you have it, guys. So, let's talk about expectations.
Yeah.
It seems like yours are being met way more than...
I know, yes.
Like, since you wanted Canada so much, you
Yeah.
got heartbroken along the way. But, how has it been so far? I know that you haven't been here for a long time. I don't know why. I feel like you've been here for a long time.
Of me.
But so how are you finding Canada compared to Finland? Should we compare?
No,
Or
don't.
Maybe let me just say the reality. Of
Yeah.
course, you said much of it already, but in general, the way of life, the people that you've met. Do you see yourself staying here for?
So someone was asking me, what do you think about Canada? And I said, I love Canada. God knows. I've always loved Canada.
Okay.
But Canada loves me more.
Wow.
This is with gratitude. Really with gratitude. Canada loves me more.
Oh, wow.
We came here and I got a mentor, got the jobs. Like, my work environment, the person I report to as my director of health, it's just been so beautiful. Coming to Thunder Bay in the bus, someone gave us $100. Our first week here.
Wow.
And I'm like, we don't look like we're poor. Why are you giving us money?
Wow.
I've had friendship. You've been here, Reverend Desire, and like I have a community. And this is something I lacked for 10 years.
So tell me, like, are you saying people in Finland are more individualistic? Well, even here in Canada, we can't say life is communal, can we? It depends on whether you go out into the community and you are seeking the connections,
Yeah.
the friendships,
Yeah.
because I mean it's cold. People keep to themselves. So
Here?
I mean, if you don't go out
Yeah.
to meet people,
Yeah.
and you just stay in your house,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you well,
you have
that's
to do
right.
it with intention, right?
That's right.
Like you are intentional about it because
Yeah.
you love connecting
Yes,
to
I
people.
do.
That's why you are
Yeah.
saying you're all over the place.
Yes.
And which is something also that we can even talk
Yeah.
about, because I know that sometimes when people immigrate, they are like, oh, I don't want to connect to even like you're from Nigeria, so you don't want to connect to fellow
Yeah.
Nigerians. You
Yeah.
don't want to connect to Africans.
Yeah.
You want to keep to yourself. And what do you have to say about that?
You cannot live in a foreign country without connection. It's depressing.
It is, especially with the
goodness.
cold. That's why I'm like,
It's depressing. Now, I used to be an introvert. I want to be to myself, and I want to just stay alone. I want to mind my business. Now I crave for humans.
yeah,
Like I literally want to be around people because your life can be so beautiful
Around
with the right people.
with the right
And I have
people, of
learned,
course.
I mean, from my years living in Germany, in Finland, with my Nigerian background, Nigeria, we are very diverse,
Yeah.
very diverse tribes. So
Yeah.
you learn to live with different tribes,
Exactly.
different cultures, different
Yeah.
traditions, and religions, and all that. Taking it to Finland, to Germany, coming here, you need people.
You do.
Oh my goodness. The job I got, this one, it was someone that sent me the role.
You see? They're just someone that
Yeah.
you didn't know before coming. You see?
People picked us up from the airport.
Yeah.
People helped us to look for a house. People,
Exactly.
like every single thing that we have had in terms of settling, integrating has been with people, and we're doing our best to give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's beautiful with the right. What I believe is the energy you give is what you
That's
get
what
back.
you get. Yeah.
We are always sowing. The question is, what are you sowing?
Exactly.
If you think that this person is bad, that's what you will
That's
see.
what you'll get.
But if you're bringing out love, you're only going to get love.
Exactly.
Now, I understand that you may not always get like 100%, but 90% you're going to get love.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get it back. So the Canadian system is built on trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same with the Finnish system.
Okay.
And that is why they will ask for references and all that. And even as you're leaving, I have to say this, even as you're leaving Zimbabwe, Zambia, Nigeria, wherever you're coming from, please have a very good relationship with your former employer, because you're Canadian.
They want to.
They will call. Did you know they call?
They do.
My previous
Even for
employer
me.
actually gave them a letter
They do.
when they were applying for, like, if you need to apply for visa and all that. They called her.
Or they do.
So it's about people. So even as you're leaving back home, maintain the relationship.
Exactly.
Sometimes I just stay and write an email with a picture of what I'm doing. I'm like, I just thought about you, and I wanted to say thank you so much for
Yeah.
helping my family and I
Yeah.
to settle.
Yeah.
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 So don't ever burn bridges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And say, I'm going to Canada. I don't need you anymore.
No. It's not going to be easy maintaining the relationship. Now you have to be intentional.
Yeah.
So there are some people on my list that I make sure I call once a week.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes
Back in Finland.
back in Finland, back in
Okay.
Nigeria,
Of
I
course.
make time to call them just to say hi.
Because you never know life.
Yes.
You never know.
You never.
And like we are saying, it's always good to stay connected to people that you feel like they are important to you, and I mean maybe it's a meaningful relationship. Yeah, so I'm not going to go back to that question and say, did Canada meet your expectations? Because
Succeeded.
it did. You said
Yeah.
Canada loves you more.
more.
Yeah. So the other area that I wanted us to touch on, even as we approach the end, because I know we are almost going to 1 hour.
Yeah.
But so you have another channel
Yeah.
where you talk about personal finance, and I'm also passionate about that, because I feel like when we come to Canada, the goal is to immigrate. I just want to go. If I get to Canada, then everything will be okay. But then sometimes if we don't learn the systems, if we don't learn about the opportunities, how to save money and everything, finance, then we will work and toil for nothing. So let's talk about that a bit. Like, where did that come from? You are you are a nurse,
Yes,
but there you are talking about personal finance. Does this have to do with maybe something that started when you were young, just like immigration, or did something happen in your life that pushed you or put you in a position where you said, I need to take control of my finances, and at the same time I need to start teaching other people? Let's talk about that.
You're taking me back because the books I wrote, the 10 books you wrote
I
on
saw
kids.
I saw a book that you wrote. I saw one. I need to take time to explore.
So I grew up with my single mom.
Okay.
And she's from the Igbo tribe for Nigerians.
Okay, those people, they are the ones who are so much into business.
Yes.
That's why you are like this.
Yes. So she was very entrepreneurial, and I remember as a teenager I started businesses with her.
Oh.
I would go out and source for the product. I would tell her there is this business we need to start. We will start and we'll get success.
Okay.
So business has always been in me.
Yeah.
So even if I'm doing nursing, I see nursing as my job.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what I believe also, that you have your job,
yes,
and then you have your
I have my
work,
business, I have my life,
calling,
my work,
your
my calling.
passion.
Yes.
Wow.
So personal finance, and most importantly, now I can articulate what this means to me. But growing up, I really did not know. Okay. I just watched my mom, and that's the story from the book I just wrote, because I was explaining that to my son and all that, and I'm like, you know what, why complain that you don't have books on this and all that? Why not write it? I saw my mom, she was able to take care of her finances. She was really abused by my dad. I can't even call him my dad because he was never in my life. But she was able to take care of me, and there was no time that I was ever hungry. I wasn't hungry. Like, I was living large. I didn't miss anything. And that's because of the power of the business. She had money that even people that were working, she would borrow their money with loan.
Wow.
Like, she was so rich.
She was so industrious.
Oh my goodness. Rich and wealthy combined. No, she died.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's fine. I think at this point I just have the scar tissue, and what I'm telling myself to keep her legacy alive is the books that I just wrote. That I'm paying it forward, like letting her voice live through me in that aspect, because she was so passionate about financial literacy. She knew the power of you as a woman. If you are able to make your own money, if you're able to have control, that itself is power.
Of course.
Yeah. And she would tell my sister and I, never rely on a man. Not because love is not good, but because he needs help. And please don't be a liability, because by the time you make your own money, by the time you're industrious, by the time you bring a lot to the table, not just a human body or woman body, then you get more respect.
Exactly.
And that's what I've really taken, like, my philosophy about life. I don't wait for someone to give me whatever I cannot give to myself. I don't expect you to give that to me. And I don't expect my husband to give me the financial life that I can give to myself. No, I don't.
I feel like this is a whole topic in itself. Like,
we're coming back.
You know what? I connect to that, and I can relate so much, because I was raised by a single mother too. But for me, the case was my dad. He passed away when I was just 2 years old. And my mom, I mean, it was, I don't even know him. So, I mean, all I know is my mom. So, but I saw her also selling things, and my mom didn't grow to become a business person with a lot of money,
Yeah.
but she would always be doing something so we
Yeah.
get by. And
Yes.
one thing that she did was to make sure that she would send us to good schools. Of course, with the help of my big brother,
Yeah.
because I had a big brother. So, but my mom, I learned a lot from her. Like, so mothers are precious.
Indeed. So it was actually
Yeah.
my mom, and that was how I was able to start my business in Finland.
So in Finland, what business were you doing?
My nursing business.
Your
So,
nursing
yeah, I
business,
got
okay.
contract from the government,
Oh,
and
okay.
I was doing self-employment. First of all, I employed myself, paid myself,
Yeah.
and I was going to start employing others. But then the law changed and all that.
Oh,
But if you see that coming in Canada, it's still, yeah. That's I feel like that's a gift to the world, that I'm able to make people see how they can use their resources to get into forming businesses, corporations, and all that.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just, keep your money and create different streams of
That's right.
income so that you don't rely on one.
Oh,
Because if that one dries up,
Yeah.
or if anything happens, God
Yeah.
forbid, especially when it comes to work,
Mm.
because the jobs that we go to, we earn because we are there.
that's right.
But then you also need to have some sources of income
That's
that
right.
can
Yeah.
be earning you money, even if you are not there.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've touched on everything. I feel like what you raised about as women, we should not expect to get from our husbands what we cannot give to ourselves, and just be hardworking and go out there and be the Proverbs 31 woman.
Oh, wow.
That's a big
That's
responsibility. That's a
it.
topic for another day.
That I know.
Maybe you should come back again.
I will. Tell her to invite me. Yeah.
But otherwise, thank you so much for coming. And before you go, I always ask, like, so what would you say? What advice would you give to someone who's in Zimbabwe, Zambia, Nigeria, or wherever they are,
Yeah.
and they so much want to come to Canada, but maybe they are looking at it and they are like, well, it's so difficult, and I don't want to put words into your mouth. So what advice would you give to an aspiring nurse?
Yeah.
Let's just focus on nursing because
Yeah.
you're a nurse.
Yeah.
Like, your advice that you can give
Yeah.
before we...
First of all, thank you for having me. It's truly a privilege to be able to share my journey.
Yeah.
Whatever the Lord has placed in your heart, you are deserving of it. If you thought of researching, going on YouTube to look for how to go abroad, that's because you can do it. So I really did not have a mentor, or I had a big sister, but she wasn't even thinking about leaving Nigeria and all that. But I had to look up to God. As long as God had placed that in your heart, there is always a way. That's what he said in his word, that for him who believes, right?
Yeah.
It is possible.
Exactly.
It is for you to say, I believe, and always back your belief with action. And just let God do the rest.
Yeah.
And that's the God I serve. He is the way maker, the miracle worker, the promise keeper. He will not leave you.
Yeah.
So take the action, hold him by his word. You may not know where the next money is coming from, or where the money will come from, or how long it will take.
Yeah.
All he needs for you to do is to surrender and do what you can do as a human.
Exactly.
And just let him do the rest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not going to add or subtract because I don't want to mess up the advice. Okay. There you have it, guys. So you get all the information, and I think that's it for today. And this was a very insightful conversation. Thank you for coming, and thank you for being vulnerable. But thank you for agreeing to come. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for having us, and until next time.
Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe,
Of course, I
share.
always forget.